Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, please don't make it your last and don't forget to subscribe. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I achieved this makeup transformation on a light skin using mostly Nigerian brands. I'll be starting with the Omaricode Melt Away Cleansing Water and a cotton pad. I'll just take some of that on the cotton pad and use that to clean her face. This I do to take off any possible dirt on her face. And I also like to go down to her neck area to clean that for a fresh feel. Next is the Omaricode Melt Away Beauty Cleansing Oil, and I'll use that with a cotton pad. I'll take some of that on the cotton pad and clean her face with that. This process will help the skin to get ready for the base products. Next, I'll be going in with the Omaricode Skin Prep. First is the Bedew Serum, so I just take some of that and drop that on her skin. And I'll be going in with my fingers instead of a brush. I like to use my fingers for this process because I feel it helps the product to sit well. So I'll just massage that into her skin to get it ready for the next product. After that, I like to wait for some minutes with the help of a blowing aid just to help that sit before I apply the Hydrate Moisturizer. I like to use a brush to spread it all over down to her neck area, and I also go back with my fingers for this process. I like to use my fingers to massage that, especially under her eye area. Next, I'm applying the face primer. This is a hydrating primer from Omaricode. This is the last step before I apply my foundation, and I like to use a brush to apply that. Then I'll just wait for some minutes with the help of a blowing aid for it to sit before applying my foundation. I'll be going in with V Beauty foundation. It's a Nigerian brand and it's matte, but I like to set the T-zones with a translucent powder before going in with the foundation. Using a flat brush to spread that all over her skin, and I'm also avoiding the under eye area because that is where the concealer is going to sit. So I just spread that all over the necessary places that needs the foundation. Blending right now with a blending brush, and I just use stamping motion to blend that into her skin. You can see the way I am pushing the foundation into her skin. I am not rubbing, I am just pushing and dabbing it into her skin so it sits well. So I also like to go in with my beauty blender just to make sure there is no harsh lines, and I'm working with my brush and my beauty blender for this process. So when I blend with the brush, I go back in with my beauty blender just to give it that smooth finish. So after the first blend, I like to go in with my setting spray, and then I also go back with my beauty blender to blend that out more. After that, I'm sculpting right now with I think this is from my Imagic palette. I like to use the dark brown shade to contour. I use that on myself most times, and I like to use that for my clients too. So I'm just sculpting and trying to contour her face with that. So I'm going in with the same brush that I used for my foundation to blend that contour. using the same stamping motion that I used when I was blending the foundation in. You can see how blended it looks on this side, so I'll just go ahead and blend the other side of her face. So I'm using an inglot brush for this particular part of blending. I take my nose contour very serious, so I love to use this brush that I got from Luztacosmetics, and it does the job perfectly. So I just work that until I get my desired blend. So for concealer, I'll be using this Nuban Beauty in my skin concealer. I love this concealer, so I'll just be using that to highlight her face, and I like to put that here and there. So I do the same on the other side. You can see the points where I drop the concealer for highlight. Her forehead is also one of the high points, so I'm also using the concealer to highlight her forehead, and I'll also take that down to the bridge of her nose. Her chin is also a high point, so I'm dropping that on her chin and also her cupid bow area. Then I'm going in with the brighter shade of the concealer, and I'm dropping that in her inner corners. I do this so when I blend the concealer out, that side that I drop the lighter concealer looks brighter. After placement, I like to wait for some minutes before I blend out the concealer, and I'm also using a blowing aid so that air can touch the concealer for more coverage. Then I go in with this TM Essential blush. The name is Drop Dead. I'll just take some of that on my brush and I'll just drop that right on top of the contour. I also go over to her forehead. I try not to take so much of this product so she doesn't look too orange, and then I go down to her chin area. Blending the concealer right now with a brush. I decided to use a brush to blend the concealer in for more coverage. I personally feel using a brush to blend out your concealer gives it more coverage than using a beauty blender, but we'll leave the argument for another day. So I also worked with my beauty blender in this process for some areas where this brush wouldn't do the work. I just go in with my beauty blender just like I'm about to do now. Yes, I'm just blending that with my beauty blender because I felt like the brush didn't do justice to that area. So I'm still going in with my brush and I'm just blending the concealer, and I'll do that to everywhere that I highlighted. For the remaining part of the face, I use my brush to blend the blush in, but I always end up going in with the beauty blender just to give it that smooth finish. Unfortunately, I lost the parts where I set the face and I did the brows, but we'll be moving into eyeshadow using Beignet Clown White primer. I love this primer so much. Take some of that with a blending brush. Try not to take so much of it because a little goes a long way. So I'll just be tapping that into her lid, making sure it's all blended and it has a smooth finish for the eyeshadow to sit well. For eyeshadow, I'll be going in with my favorite eyeshadow brand, Moodbeauty, the Arisha palette. I just realized that I lost the beginning part of the eyeshadow process, but right here I'm using Mocha and Boneka from the Arusha palette to blend the crease. If you want me to do a detailed eyeshadow look, just drop a comment in the comment section and I'll do justice to that. If you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, share this channel to your friends and family that love makeup, and most importantly, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. If you're a beginner struggling with eyeshadow blending, the trick is in the hand movement. So anytime you're watching a professional, watch their hand movement. Moving on, I'm using the same brush that I used to blend the primer to the lid to prepare that part of the lid for the shimmery eyeshadow that I want to drop there now. So I like to take that with my fingers and drop it directly on that part of the lid. I like to use my hands for this application, so I just go in and I blend. Then next I'm going in with a pigment from Luztacosmetics. I can't remember the name of this shade, but I just still use my hands to go in and drop that on the lid carefully so it doesn't transfer to the places that I don't want it to. Zooming in now to show you guys exactly what the eye looks like. You can see the eyeshadow is all blended and the pigment is sitting right. Going in with Bloom blush, I'm taking the orange and the pink shade and I'm just dropping that on her cheek. Trying not to take so much product, so I'll drop that on her cheek and I'll try to blend that into her skin. So with the excess on the brush, I just take that and I brush that on the tip of the nose. I don't try to take extra products, and also on the sides of the nose. I also don't forget the forehead, so I take some of that and I drop that on the forehead. So I'm going to spray the face now, and I'll just use something to cover the eyeshadow area and just spray the rest of the face generously with my setting spray. For glow, I'll be using Nuban Beauty the Glow highlighter. Taking some of that at the back of my palm, I'll use my beauty blender to just take some of that and drop that on the places that I need to highlight. You can see that soft glow, really nice and subtle. I lost some of the lip process video, but here I am blending the brown shade after lining. This shade is from the Imagic palette. After lining, I use a blending brush to blend that in. Then I go in with a nude shade from that same palette and just drop that in the middle. Also use a brush to blend that and apply my gloss. This is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoy coming with me to achieve this look. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, also share with your friends and family, and make sure you turn on the notification bells